And welcome back to the Off the Clock Show, joined again with Sean Gervais from OrbisX CRM and Marshall Hill from Pints and Polishing Podcast, as well as Hyper Clean Car Care Productos. How you doing, man? I was coming with some gusto there, you know?
You
Yeah,
were.
absolutely, you know? Got to I'm trying to carry over some of the energy I had this weekend because I did something for the first time ever this weekend.
That's
And no,
picanha.
yeah, yeah. Oh, no.
And I just
I've
thought,
done
this is
that. Done that.
amazing.
No, yeah, yeah. I wish. But that being said, actually, I have something about food too. But anyway, jumping to this, I went to my very first festival, and I know that might sound crazy. You're like, what?
Like
That's your
music festival, or do you mean
music
like
festival? Yeah.
medieval festival?
Oh, yeah. Good
Right?
call.
There's a
You know what?
lot of different
There's a
festivals
lot
here,
of different.
Sean. And there's also, some, let's just say it, we're off the clock, so it doesn't matter. There's some
There's other
pride
festivals that are
festivals. There's there's
a little
some,
more
meet
flamboyant.
some
Yeah, that's
random
fair.
weird people festivals. We went to Denver. I used to do, when we do our trainings, coding
Yeah.
certifications, when that really popped off, 17, 18, and 19, and we'd go to our distributors and we'd lead trainings and certify people.
Okay.
And
Nice.
went to Denver and happened twice,
Yeah.
literally random, same exact weekend, though, the same time we're there, back to back
Lovely.
years. And they're wearing like costumes, like
Yeah, yeah. The whole thing.
the whole 9 yards. And did we walk through both times? Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
You
But
have
I
to.
mean,
Yeah.
you
It's not gonna
the
like change who you are. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like,
not
yeah.
like I'm gonna go do it, but I'm definitely gonna watch the insaneness that
Yeah.
happened,
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I
It's
took pictures with people. I was like, this is awesome.
yeah, man.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So you know what's funny? So in this case, I meant concert music festival, but the funny thing is I've been to those two other types of festivals before, medieval and so we first off when I met my wife, and she was going through this she went through a breakup, then after that she was just hanging out. She had met some friends that she worked with at this call center, and a few of them, they were participants in those festivals, and so she was spending a lot of time in that area of the city. She liked it. She's like, I could go dancing and there weren't all these like guys hitting on me and stuff. It's like a really safe place for a young woman to hang out, right? So anyway, she met me and she's like, well, I want you to meet my friends, so come with me to the village. That's what they call it. And so it's like, yeah, cool, whatever, good with anybody. And same thing, man, I tell you, like, first off, I got hit on a lot. It was very flattering. Sorry, gentlemen, I was taken, but I tell you, it was interesting to see, like, when they were doing the parade and they had like all these things, like costumes, everything, you name it, man. It to be honest, it was upbeat and fun. It was just like,
Yeah,
just doing
absolutely.
their
They're
thing.
there to party and celebrate their choice in
100%.
life. I'm all
Exactly.
for it. I don't care what they do behind closed doors.
Yeah, exactly. It
Doesn't
affects
matter
me
to me.
zero. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just like I'm sure they don't care what I do behind closed doors.
exactly.
Like, have at it. Do
Yeah.
they want to come?
And
No.
even out in the open when they were doing shit, I was like, okay, hey, y'all do
Mhm.
you, like
Have a good time. Exactly.
absolutely. Now, the part that I've always been interested in, like, I wonder if I'll be like a dirty old man at like 82 that gets in a
Uh,
furry costume.
oh yeah.
Furry costumes though, like furry, I wonder, like,
I wonder.
wonder. I wonder if I could ever do that.
Well, now I know
Not
what to
gay
send you.
furry,
Yeah, yeah.
but furry party where you don't know who, and it's just
Yeah, you don't know
nighttime
who the
and you're
other
like
person.
82 years old going, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Well,
great.
now I know what to send you for your birthday. But
There you
that's
go.
perfect. Thank you. You saved me a
Only
trip.
when I'm 82 though.
Only one I made it. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
Don't do it now.
Don't do it now. Yeah, not ready yet. But
Not really.
we'll see. We'll see in your 50s. We'll see. But yeah, and I did do I did do the other kind of festival though, medieval one. We have I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh my God, they have one too in I want to say Boston, but probably off there. Anyway, there's a bunch of medieval times. That's what it's called. Yeah, I think there's a few of them actually all over the place.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
we've
we
got
have a
one here
real
in
good one
Toronto.
here. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. They use the swords and they're like fighting
Yeah.
the whole story, and you eat and
Mhm.
drink out of goblets and stuff. Like, yeah, yeah, it's really cool. But the one festival I didn't do was music festival. And that was mostly I've been to a ton of concerts, but usually like in the city and stuff like that. We went up to this place called Oka. It's a native reserve, so we had to take a ferry there. So we get off. We're in the middle of nowhere, literally in the forest, and they had just huge stage set up, everything. But man, it was a lot of fun. Went for a friend's birthday. We had a blast. Honestly, one of the headliners didn't show, And the other headliner that did show was terrible, to be honest. Like I've heard his music before, like on CDs and stuff. Good music, performance wise, 2 stars, maybe even one. It was brutal. But the part that was crazy to me was where we had the park was in this farmer's field, and then we had to walk 2 kilometers, like I don't know, like 1 mile basically, to get there. And that was fine during the daytime. At nighttime, when we had to do the reverse, we're walking through this forest and there's no lights, there's no nothing. And then there's one part where for like half the journey it splits and you're walking beside like on the road where the cars are going. It's just one lane for cars to go and you're walking beside it. That was fine. Like we made it, we're fine. On the way back though, the more drunk people were taking
Hmm.
longer to get there and they're just like swaying like this and you're trying to drive and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just looking at these people. I'm like, please nobody like fall down. Like if I hit them in the rover, it's over. Like they're not surviving that trip. Like it's not happening. So I was all freaked out. But we made it. We had fun. It was great. But I tell you, the people that worked there was supremely disorganized.
Oh,
But the people that were doing the upsells, oh man, it's unfortunate they were like 3 hours away from my shop because I'm telling you, I would have hired them in a heartbeat. Like they had this one guy, he was selling hookah and he was going around. Man, he was crushing it. He was a shark. I was just watching him navigate all the different little VIP booths and stuff, and I was just like, man, this guy is murdering it. He knew like which person to talk to. Like he'd go up to a table, and if there was, like 3 guys and 2 girls, instantly he would just ignore the guys and he would just turn to the ladies and he would be like, hey ladies, you like hookah, da 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 da. I was like, man, this guy, he understands, and so he get them sold on it. They then turn to the guys and they're like, you want us to keep partying with you, you know what I mean? Wallets come out, credit cards are swiped. And I was, yeah, it was he understood the job. He understood the
free,
assignment.
free to the ladies, and
Yeah,
screws
yeah.
if you want your ladies to stay here with you, right?
There's a cost to that. Yeah, exactly.
When you
Genius.
know you're in a trap,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
a
yeah.
trap.
See, that's
It's
there's
a
the trap.
standoff.
You want to dry your clothes after the slide? Yeah, exactly. That's the trap. But how about you, man? How was your weekend?
Oh, wonderful, man. We hung out. Listen, excited about Olympics, excited about
Nice.
everything happening. It's a good time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Summer, it's
yeah. It's
right
a
in the
good
middle of
part of
busy
summer too,
season.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
good
I
time. It's a good
I really
time.
like this part here, especially of summer, because everybody's getting geared up for those last trips, last
Mm-hmm.
camping trip, the last this,
Mm-hmm.
that, before the kids go back to school. It's the perfect time. Like you basically get double sales. You want your car clean before you go, and you want your car clean when you get back. It's the best, I'm telling you. Like these next 3, 4 weeks,
But
mur-
then here, as soon as football and school starts,
ah,
like
yeah, right
detail
down.
industry does this nosedive. Like
Mm,
it's a it's a free fall nosedive for about 2 to 3 weeks.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
once people start going back to school, then all that stuff happens. Like it's
yeah.
it's
Well,
you know,
it's
it
yeah,
is what
yeah.
it is, right? It's just part of learning.
It's
It
funny
took
though.
though, right? Like this is part of when we talk about navigating or figuring things out.
Yeah,
Uh, that it took
100%.
a while to learn that exact moment, but once
Yeah.
you
Once
realize
you
it
know it,
after years and years and years, and you go, "Huh, I wonder why always on these." Okay, it's this, and then there's always the fair, right? Like stuff
yeah,
just piles into this one moment of about 3 weeks that can get
it's
can
just
get dicey for some people, right?
yeah.
I always had, right? It was concrete cleaning or different stuff because I never thought detailing here back in the early 2000s was sustainable. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I was a
yeah.
mobile detailer and people were like, "What? We never heard of that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can clean our car at our house?"
Their house?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
I mean,
course.
sure I can. You were talking about music festivals earlier. I loved concerts too, but never really got into festivals either. One festival though I did go to was Memphis in May in
Okay.
college, and that was a blast,
Yeah,
right? It was just
yeah.
buddy had a place. We were,
Man.
hanging out, college
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
The downfall and the highlights were Run DMC.
Mm, all right.
Yeah,
Downfall. Jeez.
downfall. Mm,
Oof, man.
wasn't too happy with them. There was another. Was it Tone Loc? one of those guys, and some of there was a couple of those that that I was really interested in, and they brutal.
Flop, huh?
Biggest,
Oh man.
biggest, biggest stage, biggest party, and if you remember, early 2000. No, this would have actually been 98 or 99, probably 99, 1999. There was a band called Creed
Oh yeah.
that had just come out,
Damn.
and their stage, their crowd, that was one of the most memorable. That was
Yo,
cool. Now
that
some
is.
people now are like Creed, they so like I get it,
Yeah, yeah.
but when they launched
They
and the
yeah,
launch of them, oh yeah,
yeah,
dude, they were right next to Boys to Men type of launch, right? Like
yeah, yeah.
Backstreet Boys. I mean, they were
Yeah, it's
they were
true. Yeah.
big.
It's funny you say that because we got front row tickets one time to go see Backstreet Boys and who else was with them? Oh my God.
You went, didn't you?
New Kids on the Block. Yeah. It was like a joint
You
concert.
actually went.
Yeah, we did. No joke. And because we
Why do you keep
remember like,
saying we? You had to make this
oh,
decision for
that's
your
it.
own self.
Well,
Can
my
you not
wife
just
went.
say yes? I actually
In all
agreed to
fairness,
go.
yeah, that's true. No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll take that one. That's fine. But yeah, we did go and we had this envisioned, I don't know, like scenario where it was going to be so nostalgic and like, like from when like we used to listen on cassette tapes and stuff. Man, I tell you, you get there and it's a lot different when you're just seeing, like 46-year-old men or something, wearing tight, skinny jeans and then like dancing around. You're like, ooh, we should have got like in the nosebleeds because then it would have at least had some of that, that illusion left. But when you're front row and you can just see everything up close, it's like, ooh, yeah, it's a different experience. So it ruined it for me. But it was still good, but definitely not. Yeah, that was a
I
downfall.
mean, do you really go for the music, or do you go for the whole entire atmosphere altogether?
Whole
People
entire atmosphere.
watching
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
fun stuff to
It's the reactions. It's the, hearing everybody in
drinking.
the crowd.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
of it.
true.
Like
Yeah. See, if it was just the music, you're just,
music is actually kind of more.
yeah, that's true. Secondary, third. It's true.
Okay, one place I would want to go, Red Rock.
Oh,
Someplace
okay.
you need to go. Someplace I need, like Red Rock Amphitheater in Colorado.
Yeah.
Purely all made it. Apparently there's no electrics, there's no nothing. Now there's some stuff that I've seen lately where they put on light shows and they do have electric there, but before was completely all just the acoustics of they
Yeah.
built this amphitheater inside of the rocks, try to
Yeah.
mimic what the old school we talk about. Especially this is what's I think the most interesting part about the Olympics, I think for me, is actually going back and talking, like just having conversations of going, do you know kind of why we have the Olympics? Like where they started? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what, like, I mean,
A lot of
there's
people
a
just
reason I
watch.
joked on our episode yesterday about, why do we still have the javelin? Come on.
Mm.
There's no war,
There's
there's
no,
no
yeah,
combat, there's nothing that you would ever throw a spear at somebody.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
back when the original Olympics were formed, that was a key element to combat.
yeah,
So, and a lot of the Olympians were the Olympics were designed to help war, like to help
yeah,
the athletes were also military. So
exactly.
it
And it
a
did a
lot
bunch
of
of
it
things like
was
morale boosting, but then like showcasing their talents. So who
well,
would
showcasing their
become the best?
talents, yeah. And
Yeah,
and if there wasn't a war, you could come here and you could do like this was
it's
part of
true.
your training. I mean, it was much so I understand why we still haven't it, but it's a joke, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
why do we
yeah.
have
But
javelin?
still,
But then the people are like, why do we have surfing? I get it. I'd fucking
yeah,
watch over 10 minutes of some dudes just sitting on a board, bobbing up and down the ocean. I was like, I can't do this
can't do
anymore.
it.
Like they were
Oh,
waiting on waves, and I get it, but
yeah,
how
yeah.
can
You know
can
what I
the
think is a cool one that's underrated? Archery.
Nick was saying that he watches
Okay.
archery. He likes
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What happened to gun shooting? Now it's
Yeah,
airsoft? The
yeah.
fuck is that? I saw somebody shoot something. I was like, okay, cool. They used to have those fun ones where they would
Yeah.
run and then shoot stuff and then do different things and they would shoot things. And it was
Mhm.
like airsoft. Like,
Yeah. Safer.
wait,
It's
we
safer.
can throw a giant spear,
Yeah.
but when it comes
But when it comes to
to
guns,
guns, like, fuck me.
it's true. Yeah. And it's like these people are trained for it. Like they're training. So like if they're using guns,
Yeah.
yeah, it's wild. Yeah. But you got to think like spear throwing. Like, have you ever thrown a spear?
I have not. That's my
Yeah.
point.
Okay. That's my point. He's like, no, Sean, I go to the grocery store like a normal person. I don't-
If I need to kill meat, I'll use a bow and arrow at the least. I'm not
Go.
gonna
At the
I'm gonna
least.
try
Yeah.
and carve a stick and put some metal on it and throw it at the animal. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I always wondered about like spear fishing and stuff, like that
yeah.
that's gotta be wild, But
You need to have like visual.
I think
Oklahoma lakes, you got about 2 inches.
oh yeah, no, you're not
Now some
seeing
people are like, "Hey, that's all I got too," and I'm like, "Okay, that's
we
on you.
understand. That's fine.
It's
That's
on
all
you.
you
It's
it's
not how deep you fish; it's how you wiggle your worm."
yeah,
I get
exactly.
it.
It's how you write your name
I
up.
get it.
That's
Well, for me, I need more than 2 inches. Let me tell you.
yeah, 100%. With the festivals you're going to. That's for sure.
But no, we don't have good visibility here in Oklahoma Lakes. So when
Fair.
I got my scuba certification, we actually went to Arkansas.
Mm,
You go to Arkansas to do your open water dive,
interesting.
and
Okay.
Arkansas has much better lakes. Yeah, we got
Really?
really nasty, dirty water here. Yeah, a lot of clay. We have a lot of clay, so
Okay.
our water's real
It's
bad.
similar here, yeah. Like the main rivers that we have here, they're just atrocious. You can't see anything. Even 2 inches, good luck. You're not seeing anything. But there's also not anything you'd want to catch in these rivers, anyways.
Ah, yeah, there you
But
go.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
brutal. But even the lakes, like when we took the ferry, we were crossing. Well, that's not a lake. It's we are crossing the same. What is it in English? Oh my gosh, San Lorenzo. But St. Lawrence, the St. Lawrence. Oh my gosh, yeah, we were crossing the St. Lawrence, which is a massive, like we get whales in there sometimes. It's a lake, but or not a lake, it's a river, but it connects right to the ocean. It's huge, and you can't really see much there, but you can at least eat the fish at most places, but you can't see anything. There's
All
nothing
right, so you got to go watch Under Paris.
under pair. Oh my God, I saw a trailer for that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you
Okay,
start talking about rivers, and yeah, they've got this shark that transforms and can go into
yeah,
a river, and oh, it's great.
yeah. Okay, perfect.
Well,
Under
I
Paris.
mean, the best scene is with this chick who's like petting a baby shark, going like, "The sharks are free. They're innocent. They're not gonna hurt it." And then like, it's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
I
you
love it.
idiot."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm green, but I'm not an idiot green.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
an idiot.
I saw something like that the other day. A guy was feeding a bear on the side of the road. It was video, not in real life. And he was like, "Oh, look, a cute little baby bear, and he's throwing it something, but you can see he's got the bag of food. And so the bear, it's not stupid. It knows where the food's coming from. So he's like throwing him little pieces, and the bear's taking every opportunity to get a little closer and grab the piece, and then a little closer, grab another piece, and then finally he just dives at the guy. The guy freaks out, jumps in his car, and he's like, "I can't believe it. It's a baby bear. It shouldn't do that." And it's like, no, man, that's exactly what it should do.
I can't believe you don't believe.
Exactly, you idiot. It's true. Like, it's still a wild animal. And bears are something else. They're not
No, yeah.
the claws on them, the strength, the sheer power, the jaw. Yeah, not to be played with. And the babies are huge still. Like they're not yeah. Don't feed it
Absolutely.
popcorn from the side of the road, idiot.
All right, so under Paris, perfect time then to go to the Olympics.
Mm,
I love the Olympics. I talked about it yesterday. Like, it's one of my favorite. I do. I love to watch as many as I
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Watch as many random ones. Oh, and just what I think actually some of the stuff that I've really enjoyed lately is because I know what it takes, right? Not
Yeah.
that I'm an Olympic athlete, please don't understand me, but I know what it takes to have an idea,
Yep.
a dream,
Yep.
and then work to fulfill part of that
Mm,
dream.
yeah.
Okay. This is what the Olympic athletes are all about.
Yeah.
And so, what some of the biggest things that I love about the Olympics actually are the commercials.
Ah.
Few times I'll watch commercials. I won't
Yeah.
listen to the radio literally because I hate to turn it off for commercials. So I'd rather drive around with my Jeep with the doors off, top off, just listening to the audio of the drive. Recently, my
Okay.
wife, we took a trip and just around town because I was like, let's go for a cruise. It was a weekend. And I didn't turn on the music. And she commented about it. She started noticing more sounds and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's actually enjoyable to
Just drive around with
ASMR
it.
in a sense of
Yeah.
going for a cruise. I wonder if that would be an interesting ASMR video to throw a microphone on a car and just
That's true.
go
Listen
for
to
that
the engine
cruise.
rev and stuff like that as it
Mm-hmm.
turns down, shifting everything. Yeah.
Because usually the car videos I watch on YouTube or so for a weekend or something it's got music to it. But there's some cool, really, if people enjoy cars, like there's some really great YouTube channels. They just put cars being filmed and put it around background music. There's no talking, nothing. And
Yeah.
really, really cool videos. I love to chill out and watch. But I digress.
All right.
Go back to not listening to commercials.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't listen to commercials except around the Super Bowl and then definitely the Olympics.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
They're
you
so
can,
motivational, I find.
there you go.
Yeah.
Right. Because you
Yeah.
have to be. If you have a dream
Yeah.
where you want to start to an idea of where you want to go,
Yeah.
right? As the Olympic athletes, same as in business, you can get a medal.
Hmm.
Some athletes, it's great. They're got my medal. Good to go.
Yeah.
Right. I mentioned my granddad was an Olympic athlete,
Oh, yeah, that's
silver
right.
medal in the Berlin Olympics. His only loss was the gold round, right?
Yeah. It's amazing.
36 Olympics. We didn't see him in the 40th.
Mm.
Michael Phelps, though,
Yeah.
right? And other athletes, you start going, golly, like, yeah, there's one Olympics, but fucking look at LeBron.
Mm.
How many has he been to? How many of these athletes, and that's why I say there's an idea of a start. Some they get to their point and I feel for the badminton girls. There's these twins that they were the US badminton champs. Oh, by the way, I looked up, let's take a look. Canada 2024 Olympics total medals 6. Congratulations. You have 2 gold,
Thank you.
2 silver, and you have 2 bronze.
All right.
Yeah, good
Fair.
job.
It's respectable. Yeah. Yeah.
So
See, if they had
congratulations.
maple syrup making, had another gold.
So, right, one medal might be the
Yeah.
most amazing accomplishment for one athlete.
Yeah.
You've got these biological twins I was just talking about that they actually, and this is why I think a lot of us can appreciate that if you have this dream and this idea, how much you actually need to invest, and then how much do you need to go, listen, I'm going to fuck everything else. Everything else is done in my life except this dream.
Yeah. Just this one thing.
And
Hyper.
I watched, yes, and I watched these 2 biological twins, or whatever the biological, but of course biological. What's that? Where they're instantaneous or whatever? Like
Oh
they
yeah.
look
Like
exactly alike. There are American badminton girls, whatever they got their ass kicked. Okay,
yeah.
got their ass kicked is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But their story was that they had this dream, and so they quit their job.
Damn. And
They
that's this.
funded their entire moment up until
Wow.
here, going
That's
to
wild.
different events, going to different things, all on their own dime.
Jesus.
Then the amount of work it would have to take in a day in, day out basis, right? All that would go into being an Olympic athlete, to go in to face China, get your ass whooped, go in and then face Hong Kong, subsidy of China, right?
Yeah.
Which is why my wife, a Brazilian, goes, why do we have Asians in badminton? Aren't we from America? Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She doesn't get it, right? It's just
Yeah.
funny, right? It's an internal joke. I get it. People don't get upset. She's Brilliant. It's not
Yeah.
me, right?
It's not me.
She asked where the black people are. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. Easy.
We recruit our badminton and our ping pong from China. It is what it is. Like they're all Asian.
They're really.
There's parts of the world that are just better at things than other people.
100%.
It is what it is.
Yeah. 100%.
But they sacrifice so much to get to this point.
Oh yeah.
And they met
Hours and
competition
hours.
that they couldn't ever beat. Now we go, couldn't ever? Well, we had the what? The hockey team from the
Yeah.
US back in the day that huh? What was that up there in the north? Huh? Right? Was it 84 or something? This like random team that goes in
That
and
was
wins the gold.
it was around
Yeah, there's David
a
that beats
bad
the
day for us.
Goliath every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
The hard part there is you could sacrifice everything
Mm,
and then still lose.
yeah, that's true.
Same in business.
Absolutely.
Same in business.
Yeah,
There's so many, as
just
you mentioned,
grind hard
motivation,
every day, and
so
it's
much to be around the idea of the Olympics and all it takes and everything it goes and all like, I'm in. I
yeah,
love the motivation. I love the idea of showing people get down and get back up and showing that, like, I believe that. I've talked over
yeah,
the past decade in a sense of going, hey, when you fail, it's part of the process. You get back up, you dust off, you figure out what you did wrong, and you keep going.
yep. Regroup
Thing
and
with
restart.
Olympic athletes, though, they're
Yeah,
done. Like
yeah,
these twins, they're done. They're over.
yeah,
It's now finished. The nail has been put in the coffin, and their Olympic career and what all their dreams and everything they had sacrificed for, it's now finished.
jeez, that's a pill.
It's a pill.
That's a pill to swallow. That's a
Here's the thing about business, though.
mm,
Now, could I compete with my body in a physical test of anything?
mm,
No, no. However, a
yeah,
dream that started in 2002
mm,
has taken a lot of losses over the years, but it's now 2024. I'm
yeah,
still in business.
yeah. Catching those W's. See?
Oh, well, I mean, there are some W's, but there's plenty of L's. The point is, hey, guys, gals, Olympic athletes and all this, and just an athlete in general. It's awesome to see LeBron, but there's going to be a day he becomes Michael Jordan and has to retire.
Yeah, it's
We
true.
don't.
Yeah,
If you go into a hourly pay or a month to month pay, whatever, if you go work for somebody, yeah, you're going to have a time where you're going to retire.
mm-hmm.
The beautiful, and I say beautiful, most amazing part about what we do, the
Mm,
moment we retire is the moment my eyes shut and never reopen.
yeah,
You go, oh, that's brutal. How could you do that? Whoa,
yeah,
it's my dream. My
yeah,
dream started in 2002. And it doesn't matter about athletes or other people who take them up. If you find something in your life that fulfills who you are, and that actually becomes what you enjoy in your day-to-day operations,
mhm.
you don't really ever have to hang it up.
That's true. Yeah,
You can literally keep going,
forever. That's
not forever.
yeah,
Now, what you do,
yeah.
right, is Jeff Bezos, in a sense, going to be around forever?
Mm. I see what you
His
mean.
name will be
Like,
listed in the high. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
year 3000, people will still know the name Jeff Bezos, even if Amazon isn't around. So, sure,
true.
right?
He
But
himself will be gone. But
yeah, he himself will be gone.
yeah,
And that's the moment that we all retire.
yeah. The minute you turn to dust, really. Like
Sure. Well, I think some people have talked about Sam Walton, right? When did he first make his big break? When did some
four, I
people
think,
make,
right?
huh?
44. Sam
Okay.
Walton from
Sure. Yeah.
Walmart.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of, I don't remember.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's plenty of people that are
Random facts in my
40,
brain.
60, right? That
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. There's not a moment of retirement.
Yeah,
You literally can play this game of business your
that's
entire
true.
life.
Your position may change, the
Position
structure
may
of your business
change.
may change,
Mm,
but you're absolutely right. You never
You
take your
get to
piece off the
play.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, you know what? That's a really interesting concept that I don't think a lot of entrepreneurs, including myself,
Mm.
ever really think about. Like I'm aware of it in a way, but I never think about it. Like I
Real
used to have
long
a
game.
video business. Yeah, I had a video business. It was called Empire Video. And we were competing. We were very much local. We were small. But at the time, we were competing against big national brands like Blockbuster and stuff like that. And we all know what happened to Blockbuster. But even before that,
Netflix. That's what happened to Blockbuster.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But what happened to Empire Video, my company,
What
was
happened to Netflix? We're not sure. If you follow
yeah,
the local U.S. politics, Netflix isn't doing so great right now.
yeah, 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 this is true. Yeah, but before Netflix took out Blockbuster, Blockbuster took out Empire Video
Mhm.
because they came with no late fees and they started structuring things. Basically, it wasn't possible for a local business like mine to compete with the exact same business model. Just wasn't. So I was faced with a turning point. I said, okay, we can restructure things and we can do things differently and change the business, and it'll still be profitable, but it's not going to be the business that I enjoyed running. So I was like, okay. So I just changed my piece. I didn't stop being a businessman. I didn't stop starting business ventures. Just changed my piece, but I stayed on the board.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that a lot of times people don't think of is that, if like not everyone's cut out for something, but you're right, there is no end until you decide it's the end, really.
Mhm.
And if you never decide that, it's when you close your eyes for the last time, like that's an interesting concept. And that's got to fill you with a lot of hope, knowing that no matter what, big or small, profitable or taking an L this year or whatever the case is, it's only over when you say,
Oh,
I'm done.
so if you can take one more inch, and you're like, oh, look at these people. These guys. Okay.
Sorry, I had to, a lot of
You
time.
took that. I forgot about that joke
Yeah,
2 inches.
yeah.
Now you're at 3 inches. Okay, I wasn't going
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that was
I just mean I was actually just going with the grind versus climb, right? Like
100%. Yeah.
it, you'll never
That's
make it if you grind.
yeah.
Grinders don't
I-
actually achieve anything. They
Yeah,
never made it to the podium.
that's true. Yeah. If I was grinding back then, I would have kept Empire Video, would have restructured it, built a business that I hated around somebody else's business model to try and compete. I would have hated Mondays. Instead, I said, no, time to pivot. I sold the company. It was still making money, sold it, moved on, started something else. I used the skills I acquired because I was still a businessman. And whether I'm selling videos or I'm selling detailing packages or I'm selling software, whatever it is, I'm a businessman first. And so it doesn't matter what the product is, and that's where I think a lot of people get hung up, and that's where when you buy into a territory, for example, that's where you kind of get stuck. It's something, sorry, I just had to say it. I had
They
to.
had to because there's just some things that are just dumb.
Had no choice. Yeah. So it's just, the same people. I laughed about this the other day. I was talking with my business partner, and he said, because we get calls all the time, I'm sure all shops do, where, hey, we want to sell our film to you or something, and we can secure you with a territory and stuff. And we were laughing about it. And we said, the same people that buy into that shit are the same people that complain about paying taxes because they have a property that has these fictitious boundaries that the government made, but you're going to buy into the fictitious boundaries that some business owner made. I'm
Good
like,
point.
this is nuts. Yeah, so it's, they're selling you air. That's what it is. If you, hey, some people need to breathe. That's fine. It's but but yeah, so that's a really good outlook. I like that frame of thought, so you said something earlier that triggered something in my brain. I had two tips I was going to talk about today, but given our time here, I'll save one. So I'll just single tip today. But that's okay. We've talked about 2 inches, so that's all you get today.
I
So
was going to say two
that's
inches is
I
enough.
knew you were gonna I saw you come with it. So man, this is crazy though, because this other tip I've pushed now from last week where we ran out of time to this week, but now I gotta push it again because this is just too good to let go. And I think it's coming at a pivotal moment for people that are gonna be coming off this high soon where business is just naturally booming right now because it tis the season, you know?
Mm,
And
yeah.
so I think that this is something that you'll have to give some thought to for the next couple of weeks and put into play in your business, but it'll make a big difference come September when you're going to have those slower periods, where there's like 2, 3 weeks downtime where all the parents are busy and stuff like that. So how do you boost up some revenue in ahead of that? So something we're doing at Auto World is we're introducing memberships, but not in the way that we usually preach or the way that you might be thinking, because we do sell detailing maintenance packages, which is technically a membership, but we're introducing memberships called member perks. And so I shop a lot with my wife when we buy stuff. They're always pitching these little cards, sign up for this. Oh, did you want to, you're checking out today. You want to pay, $25, $100, whatever, and you get this little member perks card. And I remembered always thinking, my wife is nuts. She's giving them $100. We're never going to see that money in rewards. What are you doing? So I asked her the other day, because she signed up for one with Fenty, Savage Fenty from Rihanna, and she was buying some makeup stuff. And I said, so, okay, they've got this membership package thing, and you're going to buy it when you're checking out, but you don't get anything today for it. It's just on future stuff. And I said, so what exactly do you get? She knew so much about that membership package. It's as if she worked for Rihanna and she was selling it to me directly. Like, it was crazy, because she was super invested in it, because she believed in the product she was already getting. And so she wanted to know, ooh, what kind of perks am I getting on other stuff? Things like that. So I started taking a look and dissecting the rewards that they were getting. And I said, okay, let me think of this from a detailing mindset. How would each of those translate? So for example, if it's, oh, we give you 10% off, $150 or more. I'm like, okay, we could do something similar to that at our shop. Okay, every referral, we give you $10 back on a reloadable card, things like that. So a lot of these things were transferable, almost like this was made just from some one advertising company that just rolls this out across like all these big corporations, right? And so I started thinking about it, and I was like, what a great way to boost up. You're literally selling someone like a coupon booklet without the booklet, of these just membership perks, but most of them are in favor of the business. Sure, you're giving something back. So anyway, I laid out a full 10, I think there was 10 or 11 points. Anyways, I'll post it in the group after the episode, but I laid out the 10 or 11 things that we're going to include in our membership perks. But what our goal is we package it up, and it has to be costing. This is what I did based on some research. It has to cost literally 25% of the value of what they're getting. So if you're charging $100, they have to get a foreseen value or perceived value of $400 in order to have high conversion rates. So we're going to test that out. I do agree with the theory. And the biggest things that you can do with membership perks is use them similar to how you do gift cards, where gift cards during the holidays, we know most people don't redeem them. We know, it's kind of like free cash. And at best, they do redeem them. Or sorry, at worst, they do redeem them, but now you've gained another customer. So it's like a win-win-win, right? So everyone uses those to boost up those sales. And then we try and sell maintenance packages, and we sell just our standard services, so on and so forth. But you can also sell these other things, just like all these other, big names are doing. And so we're going to implement this now, and we're going to be charging $100 for it. But what we've done is we've bumped it up to, it's $100, and you instantly get $20 loaded on a reloadable card for your next visit. And that, number one, secures that we get them for that next visit in some capacity, because they're like, I'm walking around with this card now in my car, so I got $20 on it. I got to go back
Let's
to
go.
Auto World. Who cares? Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go. And with OrbisX, the cool thing is those reloadable cards, you tap the back of your phone and it ties right to their invoice and pays it. And you can actually load the card from the OrbisX app. And so you can add more money to it. You can deduct money. You can mark a payment, all that kind of stuff. And so you just need NFC cards. Now, we do offer printed ones you can purchase as well. So we can customize with your logo, shop info, whatever you want on there. But you can also just order some NFC cards on your own, download the app. It's free, it connects into your OrbisX account, and you can tap and reload them. So we're going to start offering perks for all kinds of stuff. But it got me thinking with email marketing, because the one thing that stuck out with me with the Savage Fenty stuff is that they send out, you get advanced promotions and extra promotions. So basically they get early bird access to, hey, school is reopening. So instead of our school special, you don't have to wait. Everyone else gets at the end of September. You can actually get that early. Or we have other perks throughout the year. So maybe we have contests where we give away, products. We'll give away some Hyper Clean, or maybe we give away other things for you. You get to enter to win those contests that nobody else has access to. Once again, you can do that through OrbisX as well. So it's setting up all these little pieces that become automated as part of a system that we can now sell for $100. And really what we're just selling is access to our business. Again,
And
genius.
don't you think that's, and I think the amazing target is exactly like your wife.
Yeah.
a
Oh,
mother
1000%.
who has kids. Well,
Yep.
of course, a mother has kids, but okay, a woman who has kids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
Fuck, these Voodoo Rangers, 9.5%. You drink too many of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has an effect on you.
Yeah, so my bad. Yes, a woman is going to have with kids, right? Is going to be that
Yep.
target. You
Yeah,
didn't even know, as when we've kind of profiled you, right,
yeah,
and who, in a sense of more you are. You didn't
yeah.
even know that was a thing.
No, and I get
But
asked
the
for rewards all the
wife
time. I
of
don't keep track.
somebody like
Yeah.
you,
When I go to the store, I get home with a receipt and she's like, "Did you use my card for the points?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I'm in trouble now."
I didn't
Right?
even think about it,
The
right?
hell? Yeah. Didn't
I don't
cross
use
my
shit
mind.
like that. I don't pay
Yeah,
attention to anything like that.
exactly.
I think there's the underline where people always want to know, like, how do I do
How do
better
I
at
put this?
marketing?
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Figure
you
out
hear what he
to
just said?
buy them. Yeah,
Women with kids, and
yeah,
maybe they have a couple kids, are always looking for some type of reward, and
yep,
especially a woman who is of high net worth, that
yep,
whose husband
absolutely.
works and has a high pro,
Perfect
like,
target.
right? They
Yeah.
love these perks. They love these things. Like,
Oh yeah.
so if you're
It's
gonna do, because I know there's so many listeners that would hear this and go, I gotta do this. And they get so excited.
yeah. And then it comes time to actually.
No, no, no. I wasn't going there.
All right. Okay.
I was going, but then they'll throw it out to everybody.
Mm,
No,
yeah.
do not
This
throw
isn't a
this out to your
blanket.
entire
Yeah.
email list. Do
Yeah.
not go put this as an ad on Facebook and try and sell it to every single person in your area.
Yeah. No. This is.
This is the actual gold medal work that it takes to do it. You
Yep.
now have to go into the demographics of who your customers are, go find who the women are. You need to go very targeted. And you go, that takes a lot of work. That might actually take more money in your marketing to go find it. Yes. But
Yep.
all this other shit's going to be wasted if you go throw that out at somebody like Sean. He's not going to have a fucking
100%.
clue what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Why
and you'd be
you,
like, I don't care. Like, yeah, forget it. Absolutely. And this also, I would say, excuse me, we're going to be selling it on the phone and in person. So on the phone, we're going to pitch initially that we will be able to talk to them about it when they come in, but then most of it's going to be done in person. This is the kind of thing that works best when you can kind of just, men aren't going to read this stuff. We're going to make a little one-page flyer that outlines the benefits. That's what they're going to get
let's just say
handed.
the men you'd want as customers won't read that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. And they just won't, because like I would go in places, I don't care. My goal is to get out of the store, not stick around longer, not spend more than I came there to spend as much as possible. Everything with me is just friction. Whereas women, it's a little bit different, and especially women with children, they love collecting rewards. They love it's like a game for them. It's just a different mentality. And definitely I think that that would be the target market 100%. And so that's where we pitch the rewards for stuff like that. And in the opposite side, it's mostly men that we pitch our maintenance packages to. We do pitch it to women as well. We pitch it a little differently, but I would say predominantly it's men that we pitch, and it also depends on what the maintenance package is, because we do have some that are for like the soccer mom, with the, you've got a van, you've got this, that, XYZ. We make sure they meet certain criteria, but typically when we're selling, just like we have, I would say 90% of the weekly maintenance ones are men, 100%. But on the other side of it, our bi-weeklies and monthly, those are the women are coming in. Their schedules
Yeah,
are,
when their husband gets mad at them.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. You're like, well, fine then. I'm going to, yeah,
The
exactly.
reason my car gets cleaned multiple times a week and my wife's get cleaned every weekend.
Hmm.
That was my customers. My
Yeah, yeah,
customers wanted their cars cleaned every couple days, if not, at least once a week. Like,
yeah,
those are the people you want.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Because it's frequency. That's what you want, frequency. Like if you,
It's the idea that my life has to revolve around cleanliness, and that my wife, my life revolves around structure.
yeah,
Those are the people you want.
yeah,
Everybody else, there's no structure. The structured people are the ones that are going to sustain, and those are the ones you want to also, in a sense, feed off of.
It's true, because those are the ones that can't live without your services.
Exactly. But then
Yeah.
that means you have to be structured. And therein
Yeah.
lies the reason for OrbisX.
Yeah.
Because I know
100%.
99% of detailers in the world today are not structured.
Oh, it's so crazy. Yeah, like you're
You don't even
absolutely
have to go there because then people start getting pissed off. Just take
true.
it and don't take it as an L as going, I'm fucking done. Take it as like LeBron in this commercial. He's got somebody passing him a ball, telling him, hey man, let's go. Come on, let's go. That's
Yeah.
what you need. If you're
Yeah.
listening to this and you're getting pissed off, great. That's what you need. Now go fucking work.
Yeah.
Go out there and do what you see in the Olympics. Use OrbisX to take care of the things that you don't have. Use the people that want to work around in your network and want to build together, and let's go.
Yeah.
Everything else is done. Everything else is over. If you don't have structure, you don't have all this, it's over.
That's true. Yeah. I saw a meme where it showed it said a goal, and then it showed a person looking up at this tall building with a flag on top, and then it showed another one and it said a system, and it just showed a ladder, but the ladder went nowhere. And then on the bottom it said a goal plus a system, and it showed the person at the bottom of the ladder looking up with the flag on top of the big tall. And I was like, man, that sums it all up right there. It's just,
Exactly.
that's literally goal plus a system, hard work, climb the ladder, climb, don't grind. You grind your heels in, you go nowhere, you're just digging deeper hole, climb, and
Yeah,
get to the top. We can't stress that enough. Yeah.
absolutely.
Right on, man. Good stuff, man. Well, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah,
check out some Olympic stuff too. And last thing,
definitely.
if anyone's out there feeling like their job is useless, just remember there's a guy that's a lifeguard at the Olympics. What are you gonna do for those swimmers? You know what I mean?
I was going to say there's somebody when I was watching the ping pong.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And I was watching this American whoop up, and I loved it. That's a lot of why I had this idea. I can appreciate this lady. She's got to be 60 something. She's got gray hair. She's fucking working her ass off out playing ping pong
crazy.
against some like 20-year-old American who kicks her ass. And I get it, but I can
Yeah,
appreciate this old lady who would have
100%.
kicked all of our asses in ping
Oh
pong.
yeah. It's just she's playing the best of the best of the best. Like yeah.
But then they show her coach. And I go, I say this out loud once I saw it, and they showed him a couple times. I just go, what an amazing job. Be a ping pong coach.
Yeah, yeah.
The fuck does he do? But he's at the Olympics. Now I
Yeah,
get
that's true.
his girl got her ass kicked, but fuck, like the girl that won, what did her coach do? Like, hey, great job.
Yeah, that's true. What is it? Yeah.
Hit the ball better. Like,
He
I
hit
don't
the
know,
ball
ping
better.
pong
Yeah.
coach. Like, what the
Spin
hell?
serve, spin serve. Like, I don't know. What are they? Yeah, I don't know. Makes me think of that movie Balls of Fury. I don't know if you remember that one. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's but yeah,
Maybe some of these ping pong coaches are actually like dodgeball. Hey, if you can hit
dodge
a
a
ping
right.
pong, you can.
Yeah, exactly. If you can dodge a kettlebell, you can dodge a ping pong. Jesus. All right, man. Appreciate you, brother. We'll talk next week.
All right, have a good week.
Guys, you too, man. Get out there and climb, guys. All right, we'll talk soon. Cheers.